Let's try this. Go up a little higher so I don't look like a big old fat blob. Sorry guys, I'm trying to move this tripod around. It's one of those little TikTok tripods my wife uses. Anyways, so yeah, today we are getting ready for our podcast. So I'm trying to get better at it and trying to speak more. I'm heavy introverted, so a lot of people think that's crazy because I'm always laughing and talking and making people laugh, but really I'm introverted. So, but I'm hoping to use this platform to step out of my shell, be more, I guess, outgoing on video, and I don't know, it's therapeutic. So I'm able to come on here and talk. Being a photographer, whether you're a wedding photographer or a videographer in quinceañeras and stuff like that, you do that so much that it's refreshing to do something different. It's refreshing to step out of the normal everyday thing and do something like this. Uh, who's out there? I can't see the chat. Welcome to chat. Remember to guard your privacy. That's kind of stupid. I'm on here putting myself out for the world to see. So I've already had 2 cups of coffee. This is my third coffee. Look at that. Guess where I'm from? If you ain't from Texas, so I guess I don't know. Anyways, I see all these other podcasts and people just come on here and they're just like talking. I find myself talking and then stopping and then trying to figure out something else to talk about, but dealing with the nervousness and stuff like that. So bear with me through time. As the studio grows, I'm gonna get better. I hope. I can't get any worse. And you can see the light's coming through. Anyways, where's everybody from? I know I asked that earlier. If you're watching this, drop a comment. Let's see where you're from, or whatever the case is, or whatever you drop comments about. I don't know. What you guys got planned this weekend? With what's going on today? Are you still laying in bed? Are you laying in bed watching this? So, like I was saying, the studio it's not complete yet. So right now it's just all wood, and some people told me I should wait and have it all finished, and I just didn't want to wait anymore. I find if you wait to do something and you wait till you think it's perfect, you either get beat to the punchline or you don't do it at all. So we're just gonna do it as is. Um, we had our last episode. Well, that was my actual first episode, the one we did with like interviewing people. Um, so being new to this whole video podcast, um, not only was that hard because it was my first one, but it was hard because it wasn't in the studio. So I already had everything set. I thought they would come on here and come to the studio and we can kind of control the environment, control the lighting, control the audio, control um, just the overall dynamics of the video. But that wasn't the case. That was completely mobile. So I had to go to their photo shoot that they did at the Covenant Studio, and they had a model. Um, we didn't know where to set up, so we thought we would be able to set up inside the actual studio, and that wasn't the case because it's an active studio. So they had my friends there, but they also had other photographers that rented. It's a two studio. So you have to have Studio A, Studio B. So my friends rented out, I think it's Studio A. I always call it the bigger one. So they rented that out, but then someone else rented the other side of the studio. So we couldn't actually just go in and set up and start recording. Excuse me, sorry. So we had to go around the rest of this building. It's inside of a professional building. So we set up at this big, huge table. And the two people that came in, the two photographers, they're giants. They're like big ass ogres. And I'm like 5'7", 5'8" with shoes. So anyways, so we're at this big table and people are walking in. So from the other offices that are there, like some tax people and stuff like that, and they're watching us. So it just kind of, it kind of threw it off a little bit. So as you're trying to keep it going and keep people engaged during the interview, other people are walking around. So sometimes in that video, you'll see us like look off, and I had to cut a lot because people are like, "Good morning," and we're just like, "Good morning." We're just here with 4 video cameras recording. Yep. So he's supposed to be here at 10:30. It's already 10:32. What are y'all doing today? Who on here that's watching this is a photographer or a videographer or artsy person? Can drop a comment. Doing these lives are harder because you're just like, who am I talking to? I find that like with Twitter. I don't know if anybody else uses Twitter. That's the least thing I use because you feel like you're talking to the world and nobody sees you. If that makes sense. You're like typing, you're like, hey, I'm going to have a great day. And nothing, but you do it on Facebook or Instagram, people are like, oh, have a great day. Enjoy your weekend or blah, 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 blah. But on Twitter, when you type something, it just goes out there and you look and there's like no interaction. Um, Same thing with YouTube, or I'm sorry, same things with lives. You don't know. I mean, I could see some people on there. It went up to like 200. Now it's at like 90. So there's 90 of you guys watching. Just drop a comment and say, hey, what's up? Let me know you're alive. Let me know I'm not talking to this space with nothing here. Um, yeah, I don't know where he's at. He's supposed to be here. I'm real big on punctuality. Um, if I have to go somewhere or my wife tells me that we have to be somewhere at a certain time, I'm well prepared in advance. I'm like always 1 hour, 2 hours already set up. Well, she is doing her makeup and everything else. It's hard. My wife is not a very punctual person. Um, I don't know if anybody else has to do it, but what I do is if we have like a doctor's appointment, I'll, I'll lie and tell her it's at like 3 o'clock, um, but it's actually at like 5 or 4:30. So she's already rushing, and we're already late. I'm in the car, and we'll get there, and the person that checks us in, she's like, "Well, you're early," and I try to, hey, don't let her hear that. Don't let her hear that we're early. And then they'll see us earlier. But the point is, I try to get everywhere on time. Sorry, I'm just checking out this light. We're using a 3 camera setup today. Last time we used a 2 camera setup, so we only had 2 different angles. Now I want to kind of zoom in on him at a different angle so I can get the front facing, left, and right. So I got 3 of them set up here. But what I'm seeing is the light is changing. So, but he's gonna be facing that way. I might have to bring another light in here. Is anybody on here from another country? Or are you guys all from the United States? My wife told me, if you're going to do these podcasts or you're going to do these lives, dress up a little bit. That's not me. This is me right here. I'm just gonna be myself. I mean, I could wear a tie or whatever the case is, but I think that looks stupid on here. I don't want to be anybody that I'm not. I just want to be me. Anyways, so I think I hear him coming in. Tune in if, like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit that button. I'll release a bunch of the behind the scenes, any kind of bloopers that I have. I'll release those before I actually release the full video, so you can see everything, all the f ups. Is how you, um, I guess, just everything that you want to hear, because a lot of people will be out there like, "Hey, start a podcast. You're gonna be perfect. Everything's gonna run beautifully, and everybody's gonna watch you. Everybody's gonna be amazed by your talents." That's not the case. So I got a blog set up on our website. It's under fotolillyphotography.com under Sandbox podcast. There's a blog there, and it says a growth in my podcast journey. Growth in my podcast journey. Yeah. So there, I talk about everything, how I feel. I talk about how to deal with being nervous, being anxious, um, just everything. And I try to give a true perspective. I try to say what I did wrong, whether it be miking up the people, the lighting, the angles, and then of course my inner self, the flow, how I prepared for it, what I didn't do right, and what I think did right. Um, but it's just I wanted to document that. I wanted it to show um, something that I could look back and see a growth, see a journey, and then share that. Because not everybody gets that. You know, when people do things with anything, even like photography or any kind of business that you got, they're like, "Yeah, just go do it, do it. You got it, my friend. Do it. It's perfect. Get out there and run your business. Give up everything. Take a chance." No, they don't say like, "Hey, this bill's due. This is what you got to do. You got to build up your SEO. You got to build up your website. You got to guerrilla bomb the internet." Um, and they don't talk about all the hard stuff. You know, they always give you the, I don't know, the package of it, the the pretty side. I talk about everything. I talk about how I was sweating. I talk about how I was nervous, how I bit my tongue when I was talking, um, how at some points of the conversations I lost control of the conversation. I talk about all that stuff. Um, I talk about how to look at the right camera, because either when I was recording one episode or well, one that I did not release, I was looking at the wrong freaking camera. So the whole time you just see me like, "So guys, this is how um, the podcast should go." And I'm like, "Dude, you look the freaking wrong way." Anyways, so I see people dropping off. Obviously, um, taking this too long. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Follow the playlist that's under Sandbox Podcast. My wife is going to be releasing hers too. We decided to go separate. Here I go ranting again. Anyways, real quick. So we decided we have our photography company, but on these podcasts we went separate because I want my stuff to just be mine, and her stuff is going to be hers. Mine's going to be completely English. Hers is going to be Spanish. Hers is going to be more towards um, women, um, fashion, and all the other stuff, novelas and everything else. And mine's going to be photography, videography, just basically shooting the shit with people. Um, so that's why you're going to see two. Like mine is going to be the Sandbox podcast. Hers is Hablando de Todos. Hablando de mí, de ti, y de todos. So that's gonna be hers. So if you want an English version of something or a Spanish version, it's gonna be there. So we just put them all under the same YouTube channel, just different playlists. So you could do that. Anyways, hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for spending some time with me. This helps me prep, so when I do have to talk on these videos, I've already got some of the nerves out. So have a good weekend, and thanks again for watching.